with Romney's frontrunner status in jeopardy and Perry rising rapidly in the polls, Brett.
We are just beginning. Carl, thanks. A popular Texas governor declares for president, emphasizing his Christian beliefs, and immediately rises in the polls as a Democratic incumbent sits in the White House. While that certainly describes Governor Rick Perry today, it also was George W. Bush in 1999. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen looks at the complicated relationship between the two Texans.
In the next month.
It was Governor Perry's answer to our own Carl Cameron's question about the surface-level similarities with George W. Bush that really roiled the Bush loyalists.
They're not all carbon copies in Texas, and you know, I tell people, I say one of the quick ways you tell the difference is, you know, he's a Yale graduate, I'm a Texas A&M graduate.
And now, why one would want to do that when they're both from Texas, why they've both got a cordial relationship, why one would do that, I don't know. Bush he moved heaven and earth to get Rick Perry elected as his running mate as lieutenant governor.
Bush 43 White House spokesman Tony Fratto couldn't get to Facebook fast enough to label Perry's controversial comments about Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke, quote, inappropriate and unpresidential.
We're talking about the titans of Republican politics in Texas over the past 20 years, where the Bushes represent generally the establishment, and Rick Perry represents the social conservatives who now are in ascendancy and are pretty much in control of Republican politics today.
The tensions date back to the Bush-Perry gubernatorial ticket of 1998, when then-Governor Bush was already eyeing his bid for the White House.
He wanted to reach out to Democrats, Hispanics, and African Americans and really sort of in the tent of his base of support. By contrast, Rick Perry had a very tough battle for lieutenant governor and wanted to go more negative.
Mayor Giuliani.
While stumping for Rudy Giuliani in late 2007, Perry disparaged Bush's record in Texas. Let me share something with you, Perry told voters in Ely, Iowa. George Bush was never a fiscal conservative. In 95, 97, 99, George Bush was spending money. I mean, George has never, ever been a fiscal conservative. Last year, the Bush machine supported Perry's primary opponent, Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. Today, the old guard cautions Perry to forget all that, arguing he'll need the Bushes, if not now, soon.
Perry does want to establish himself as being his own man, but sounding like he's being dismissive of the former president is not smart politics strategically or tactically.
Critical to Perry's fortunes are the Bush Rangers and Bundlers, the network of campaign donors who corralled hundreds of millions for the last Texas governor with White House ambitions, but who haven't fully aligned behind the next. In Washington, James